Hi, Joy Baldridge here again with Bob. Flexible and adaptable is the key in order to deal with the Corona coaster and not get stressed out. AFA all the way. How can you be more flexible and adaptable, you may wonder? Well, you need to do the 4-4-6. The 4-4-6 is a breathing exercise where you inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and exhale to 6. The reason you're doing this is because breathing is your most easily accessible yet most underutilized stress reducer. You can do it any time, but we tend not to do it. We are shallow breathers, breathing to sustain life, but not deep breathers in order to reduce stress. So I'm going to count and you can breathe, and let's give the 4-4-6 a try. Here we go. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And repeat. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What breathing does when you deep breathe is it puts you in the present tense. Usually you're thinking about what's coming up or thinking about what's just occurred, and we're never really in the present tense, which is in the now. So deep breathing puts you in the now, and now is perfect. It helps you to have clarity of thought and focused execution, and it definitely helps you to be much more flexible and adaptable. And it will help you also to salt the hay. Salt the hay is an expression my father came up with, and it's when he was raised on a farm in Ohio. On the farm, they had an expression, I'm sure you know, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't what? Make him drink. And I said, Dad, everybody knows that expression. There's nothing really exciting or new about that. And he said, well, you can't, they won't drink, but what if you salt the hay? What happens when you salt the hay? Oh, the horse will get thirsty, and then what will happen? The horse will drink. So you can bring a horse to water and you can't make him drink, but you can salt the hay and find a way to make him drink. So salt the hay and find a way is a way that you can get more accomplished, because what happens is we try something and we find we can't do it. Then we try something else and we can't do that either. So we tried and we tried again. What more do you want? But if you say, well, I tried and I tried again, I can't do this, I can't do that. So the next question you want to ask yourself is, then what can I do? It gives you more resiliency, and it helps you to get more accomplished when you salt the hay and find a way, because behind every 2 cans is a can. There are 4 core human emotions: mad, glad, sad, and scared. I call them houses. So you have the house of mad, the house of glad, the house of sad, and the house of scared. The question to ask yourself is, which house do you live in most, and is it time to move? Now, I found that I was living in the scared house when the pandemic hit. I didn't know what was happening, and it was very frightening, and it still is going on. And I thought, that's not who I am. I don't want to live in the house of scared. I decided to move, and you can do. You have the capacity to move if you choose to. So you might want to ask yourself, which house do you live in most, and is it time to move? I highly recommend the house of glad. There's just as much work involved to live in the house of glad as there is to live in any other house. You have to pull the weeds, you have to maintain the positivity, and it's not easy to be a house of gladder. But what's the alternative? Mad, sad, and scared? You will end up in all of the houses throughout your day. You will be glad, mad, sad, and scared throughout your day. The point is, where do you have a permanent residence? If you can make the house of glad your permanent residence, it will help you to have a much more positive existence. So you wonder, well, how do you do that? Well, you have to pay your rent every day. And your rent stands for rest, exercise, nutrition, and thoughts. Like in any house, you have to pay the rent in order to earn the right to live there. And we will explore more about the rent in our next 5 Minutes of Joy.